What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. Man, it's a damn shame, man. I think Floyd been out of boxing at least about 5 or 6 years now, and he's still the face of boxing because these champions nowadays, they won't fight. They damn sure won't fight each other. These guys now, they get the title and shit, and I guess in their mind, their legacy built. They don't want to fight no more. They might fight once a year, maybe once a year, and that's why they can't really get no real status. You gotta think. I'm just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go when Floyd got a little older. When he got to like 140 pounds, he fought Sean Bate Mitchell, who was supposed to be that dude at that weight. He fought Oscar De La Hoya to get his spot. He fought Miguel Cotto. He fought Sugar Shane. He fought all the top guys, basically. They was all A-listers. Some of them was a little bit older. Zab Judah, some of them had, it ain't Floyd's fault if you lost the fight. You can't blame that on him. But Floyd was constantly fighting the best guys over and over and over and over again. He took a few hiatuses, I think maybe twice, when he claimed he retired and took a little time off, and that'd be like maybe a year or something like that. But he would do like Earl Spence do, come back. Like when that first layoff he had, he came back and fought Marquez, who we all knew was too small, but he treated him like he completely dominated him. So if you can't be like how Thurman did. You get 140 pounds in the ring with you after you took some time off, and then have a close fight. No, you supposed to make it crystal clear. This dude ain't got no business in the ring with you, but y'all ain't made it there yet because you ain't fighting. It's a couple of guys now. Canelo was on his way, but the money messed him up, and he got the big head and start doing his crazy, picking all these easy fights and jumping up and down in weights, fighting all these, just being about money, So yeah, he's somewhat the face of boxing, but I take that back. He was considered pound for pound, but it's clear Floyd is the biggest thing in boxing still to this day. Now I think Earl Spence could have done it before he had that car accident. He was going in that direction, but I don't know if it's Al Heyman or what. But I don't know who holding his career. But this lack of consistency as far as being in the ring. Earl Spence is the guy I think got the easiest shot of being the face of boxing if he started fighting. And it's like he would have let Crawford just hold his career up. Trying to get this one fight with a dude that's clearly using this fight for leverage on money, which ain't a bad idea. But if Spence and his team ain't gonna pay him, then you got to move on and go somewhere where you can get these big fights. And you just like Floyd was saying. He kind of said this to Devin Haney some years ago. If you can't get the fights you want in your division, then you got to move up. Floyd did it. Sugar Shane wouldn't fight him. A lot of guys ran from Floyd just like they did Earl Spence. But once you that guy, you get them fights then. And these guys get these belts and stop fighting now. I mean, that's been pretty consistent. Guy get a title, maybe have one good defense, then shit, they finna be, it might be 2 years for you see, or a year and a half, or they definitely ain't gonna keep fighting good fighters over and over. They ain't gonna do that. So that's why it's so hard to get another guy to take that spot. Like I said, Spence was right there because Spence was doing what Floyd did, fighting the best guys he could get in the ring. Consistently, fight after fight. Ain't nobody else in a welterweight division been doing that. Crawford ain't did that in no division. That's just being truthful. Spence fought the best guys all the way up that he could get. And it ain't no shit. Mikey Garcia, Ugas, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. You know, he was on his way. He was on his way, but he can't get out his own way. It seems like, you know. I think Earl Spence need to stay in the ring. It's like he getting too much trouble when he got idle time. You know, he can't drive. Car accidents and stuff like that. He probably can't drive that good. Shit. You know, cause I know he can see, cause he a boxer. So I'm thinking he just ain't no hell of a driver. Cause I mean, this man constantly having car accidents. He'll do. If I was his coach, I'd try to. I'd be damn to have me a private investigator or something following him around to keep him. You know, it's not nothing he trying to do. Spence is just like my oldest son. I promise you that. My oldest son got buzzed luck like that to some degree. You know, they real good kids for the most part, you know, but just can't help getting in their own way. You know, little stuff like that. You know, not nothing real, but just little stuff. You know, just stuff. You know, it's hard to explain, you know, but I got my son is 30, my oldest son, he's 33 years old, and they got that same personality. That's probably why I like Spence so much, because he reminds me of my son. My son, the stuff that happened to Spence, you know, the first car accident wasn't funny, but the last one, a few things that happened, I couldn't do nothing but laugh, because it just reminded me of my son. You know, I mean, my son like that, you know, ain't nothing he was trying to do, just it all, it's, you know, little stuff like that. But bottom line, these dudes like Charlo, I like Charlo, but he ain't gonna fight but once a year. He gonna have that one fight, he'll see you next year. Now he gonna fight a good fight, but whatever happens, he'll see you next year. They are not gonna have two fights. I think they paying these guys a lot more money than they did back in the day. And these guys got that money now, and a lot of them just don't want to be in the ring. They want to be out there balling. And the smart ones stack that paper, and when your career over, you can ball like you want to. But as long as we go have these type of champions that we got right now, Floyd gonna stay the face of boxing. Cause these dudes, look at Terrence Crawford, look at the guys he fighting. You can't tell me that's no legacy stuff. These dudes he getting in the ring with. Come on, man. He get a solid guy that's a little bit better than average, and go in there and beat him up. He ain't fighting no top dudes. They gonna be way at the bottom of the top 10 somewhere, or worse. And I'm not saying nothing, but that's what he doing. You ain't gonna be no facing no boxing doing no shit like that. You ain't proving nothing. I mean, you sparring basically. You know, I will say this: Keith Thurman was kind of doing it when he fought Sean and Danny back to back, but Spence was supposed to be next, but he didn't want to step up to that plate talking about that was gonna be his Manny Pacquiao. Dude, that's part of the person that you get before you make your Manny Pacquiao legacy. I mean, Floyd had 20-some title fights before he fought Manny. What is you talking about? You know, so that's why I say, man, a lot of these guys is delusional to some degree. And I mean, I don't see it changing no time soon, but I know this much. Floyd shouldn't still, and Floyd is my guy. I'm not saying it in a negative way, but the reason why he the face of boxing like he is, these dudes ain't willing to step up and fight. A lot of them, they won't fight tough competition. They won't fight legacy type fights. They just, I mean, they get the belt and stop fighting. I mean, that is, well, put like this, they have a fight a year. One fight a year. I guess it might be a lot harder to make fights. Now, I don't know what the case is, but once these guys get that belt, one fight a year is all you getting out of them. Unless it's some type of tune-ups and stuff like that shit Crawford had a minute ago. Just, a fight that you really shouldn't even be wasting people money with. So from where I'm sitting, Floyd was always my favorite fighter. And I think Floyd will come back. I don't think he can beat Spence. I don't think he can beat Crawford. I don't think he can beat Boots at this age. But it ain't a whole lot more that I think will beat Floyd. I'm serious. I think Floyd, if he really go in there and train, go in there and still can beat most of these dudes at in 140 and 147. I really do. I think his experience and his lack of fighting, where his hands done healed up, because see, Floyd can hit, he can punch harder than people think, but he had brittle hands. Remember, if you go look at his early career, he was knocking them out, and he was and Justin Juco and Angel Manfredi and all of these was real fighters. Angel Manfredi could fight. You know, these wasn't these dudes that these guys fighting. You know, he was knocking good dudes out until after he broke his hand in that fight, he stopped doing that. You know, because when you fighting the best dudes, you getting there with a Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley, or Zab Judah and break your hand. You ain't gonna be able to get through that fight with one hand. So he started using his knowledge and boxing ability. That just goes to show his versatility. And I really think Spencer's more versatile than people think. You know, that boy didn't make it to the Olympics because he can't box. I'm just being honest with you. So, like I said, man, you know, I just feel like it's a damn shame that in all these years Floyd been gone, he's still the biggest thing in boxing. And I think the reason why is because the champions we've got today, most of them will not fight. They won't fight tough competition, and they ain't gonna fight but once a year, and you ain't gonna be the face of nothing like that but your little city and your friends and your fans. You know, but that's it for me on this video. Like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.